Alright guys, so we got a little bit of an exciting clip today. So we're going to be driving over to our friend Flip and Customize house right now to go drop off the valve cover and the intake for the purple truck. So we are working slowly on building the single overhead cam KA24E for the 240SX intake for the purple truck. And since I'm waiting on parts to come in, I figured why not go get these things powder coated. I had an extra valve cover laying around. As you can see, it's all pretty much stripped down already. I think he might do a thin sand at the top here, or maybe he'll leave it. But all the raised parts and letters are going to stay this aluminum color. Same with this, and everything else is getting powder coated. Prismatic purple mint from Prismatic Powder. So everything is getting powder coated, and we're going to go drive over there now and drop this stuff off. And with that being said, I also wanted to say we are also going to clear coat it with possibly some metallic in the clear coat as well, because the purple mint is a little metallic already, so it's really going to make this stuff stand out. Well, all right, guys, we just showed up to drop the parts off, and I wanted to show you real quick. I can't show you on the channel until he posts it, but this is a Flip and Customize project on a dime, and he just did the 4-inch lowering kit. He added the S10 front lip with some LED yellow fog lights in the front there, but I love the weathered steelies. That is such a good look. All right, guys, here it is. Hard to catch some of the gloss on video, but it is wicked shiny. There's some of the glitter. And here's the truck. I wish I could throw this on this. That would be just crazy, but it's okay. It's going on the purple truck. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today, we're going to be installing just the valve cover, unfortunately, not the intake as well. But we are, exciting enough, going to be installing this new valve cover I actually have off a parts truck for the purple truck. We went over to our friend Flip and Customized and had this powder coated, and I am so hyped with the way this came out. So I went with the purple mint powder coating powder from Prismatic Powders, and basically it's got this nice glitter. Oh, that's nice right there with the camera on focus a little bit. You can see the glitter so well. So what we did is Flip and Customize had sanded down the top of this, and he put all the powder in all the low spots, and we left all the high spots in the aluminum. And then he took some clear coat with some silver flake in it and sprayed the cover, and I mean, I think it just gave it a perfect look. And the color is not far off from the truck at all, which is so sick. I'm a little nervous grabbing this with one hand. It's my pride and joy right now. So, I mean, that is not far off at all. That is going to look insanely good in there. We will be installing the intake at some point, but I still have to gather a lot of parts for the 240SX intake, so that's going to be in another video. But once that's in there, that's also going to just look crazy good in the truck. So, something to look forward to, but yeah, this is going to be nasty. So we're going to pop the hood now and pop that valve cover off. Just to give you guys a fair look at least, though, this is what it's going to look like on the manifold. I mean, that is so sick. I should have done something with the throttle body. I mean, there's going to be a pipe that goes on it anyway, so it's not going to look bad by any means. You know, maybe in the future we can touch up on it. It would actually go this way, my bad. But, you know, whatever. I think it looks sick right now as it is. And if we feel like it, maybe over the winter we can peel this off and go get this powder coated too. So it's always an option. But for now, just in love with the way that looks. That's gonna look so much better on the hardbody. You're gonna see what my intake looks like in a minute when I show you the engine bay. All right, guys, so we're gonna pop open the hood now. And so this is what my valve cover's looking like right now. And basically, we're going to have to run the stock plastic oil cap for now, which is completely fine. One thing we're going to start with is just removing this throttle cable. We take our screwdriver, undo these clips, and we're going to remove our throttle cable from over the valve cover. That'll make it so we can work on this a little bit easier. Right behind this hose. Cool. That's step one. Now, we have all these little, I think they're 10mm bolts all around the valve cover. And right over here, I'll show you. These are all the spots. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 holes holding it in. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for the harness that we have to remove. All right, so we're going to start with the harness first. Got my 10mm socket on here. Almost lost that one. I'm going to store all my bolts up on the factory hardbody intake. So that new intake we have when we install it is going to look so much better with the new valve cover. All right, now we're going to move over to the valve cover bolts. Pop these off and just remove this hose, and then I'll show you. We're going to change the gasket for the valve cover as well, just because we're already here. All right, guys, so something to note is on the front of the engine and the rear, these little half-moon gasket pieces, so you don't want those to fall on your engine or you'll be pulling your oil pan. So we're going to lift this up, just go real slow. All right, we remove the hose. I'm not too worried about the gasket coming off right now. I'm just worried about getting the valve cover out. A little bit of a pain. Gotta watch your cam gear in the front here. There we go. Up and at 'em. Good. Now this is off. We're gonna set this down. Now we're gonna slowly peel the gasket off. We're gonna really just take our time. Engine's looking beautiful, by the way. But yep, okay, the half moon is on there. Just gonna peel this right up. It's good it sits on here so well. It's almost a shame to replace. Sweet. Let's throw this on my truck too and see what's next. Well, all right, guys, it's a bit of a sad day. I was going to just make one cool video on showing you guys how to replace the valve cover, and unfortunately we are met with a busted timing chain guide. The guide is supposed to go all the way down and hold tension, and it didn't have tension. I gave it a quick start real fast and turned it off, and it gained tension again. So I mean, I think our timing chain guide is broken on the right side, so I think we're going to just start messing with this. So I guess unfortunately we won't be able to see what this looks like on the truck, which is a wicked bummer. But again, huge shout out to Flip and Customize for this, and I'm gonna shout them out another time once we get the valve cover on, because I am so excited to get that on, and I'm so sad I won't be able to see it on the truck in this video. But at least we have it. It's picked up now. Super excited with the way it came out, and this marks part one of the timing chain rebuild. So hopefully we can make this go smoothly. Unfortunately, it has to happen. Everything's got to come apart. So with that being said, I'll probably just start with something real small and goofy, like removing the belt and this pulley. And I'm also going to drain the coolant out of the radiator by undoing the hose down there and letting all the coolant drain into that bucket. All right, well, all of our coolant is drained in there. All looks really nice and healthy, which is a good thing. Now I gotta find a way I'm going to separate my electric fans. I think I can just unplug them from the piece we added up there earlier on, and unrun the wires so we can pull the radiator out. Just in case as well, I'm gonna disconnect the battery, but I'm also taking this vid so I can look back and remember that this cut wire is for the fuse, and this other wire went to this cluster of things. The other wire went to this cluster of things on my positive cable, which I've been working on cleaning up, but it's hard to catch up when you keep having issues. Okay, so we've just pulled the radiator, and now what we're going to do, I just pulled it just so it's a lot easier to just see everything here and work with it. Because we're obviously gonna have to pull the timing chain cover off. But while I'm here dealing with coolant still, we're going to remove the water pump and the thermostat housing, just because if it's going to drain any more coolant, might as well go in the pan while it's there. So for the water pump, it looks like it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 12mm bolts. If this doesn't just pop off, you might have to take a little rubber mallet and give it a couple good taps. All right, so we're making some excellent progress. We've only been out here for like 5 minutes. So when I pulled this housing off, yeah, coolant came barreling out of there. So you definitely want this this down here. I knew it would have some coolant, but I wasn't expecting that much. Now we're gonna pull the thermostat housing, and I might as well change my thermostat while I'm here. I'm also gonna need a rubber mallet to get this one off. But that's all. And I got a whole bunch of gasket kits. And sorry if I do rush through anything. I'm trying to make a detailed video for you guys, but at the same time, just get this done. But with that being said, while I'm here, I'm going to remove my alternator bracket next, and then I think I'm going to put the engine to top dead center and remove the crankshaft pulley. And it's only this bolt. We don't have to do these little ones. All right, we've gotten the alternator bracket off. I pulled the thermostat out. I've been marking everything in bags. I think the next thing I'm going to do right now is unplug the distributor, and just for myself, right here is 1, right here is 2, Right here is 4, and right here is 3. So I just had this at 0 degrees a second ago, and it was 180 out. So we're gonna keep turning the crankshaft until I hit 0 degrees. I just wanna get this to top dead center. Lots of pressure. And right there, we'd be on the number 1 cylinder, top dead center. Beautiful. So I could be wrong as well, but I think for top dead center, you actually want this to be straight up and down. It's supposed to be this line right here that matches up with the arrow that's pointing right there. So we may have jumped the tooth, and that's why I've been having so many issues. All right, so we're pulling out the crankshaft pulley bolt now. I have it timed to what I think is top dead center. And now I just gotta pull this off. I'm gonna need a little rubber mallet to pop this thing out of place. Well, my truck really ain't loving me today. I was working on the truck. As long as I didn't dent the truck, honestly, I think I care more about this thing than I do myself. But I was just kneeling down working on that, and my hood came down with the wind and just slammed me right in the middle of the head. Wasn't expecting that, but I think we're good. My hood's straight. That's all that matters. One good thing did come out of today. I know this video started off kind of funny with me getting the valve cover all excited, going to see our friend Flip and Customize, but we don't have to run this janky oil cap anymore. So we got this bad boy right here. That is so sick. Honestly, not as convenient to get off. It's actually a little trickier. And it is a Nismo cap. They give you this the top to put on, like once it's on straight, you can apply your cap. But I have something much cooler coming in than that cap, so I wanted to thread it on there, get a little oil on these threads. This is what it's going to look like on the new valve cover. That's so sick. Get that in there. Man, would you look at that? Beautiful. That is so clean, boys. I'll just drop this on here for now, just to be funny. But it's not staying because I got another sticker coming in. If I don't like the other one, then we're gonna use that. But you guys are gonna love the other thing I have for that valve cover. Anyway, back to the timing chain. Like I said, I mean, all of this is carpeted. I'm just throwing bags and stuff in here, all my cleaning stuff. It's gonna be storage until we're done with the project. Hopefully I don't get knocked out by the truck. What we're going to need next is a, so I was just checking it, making sure it was good. What we're going to need next is a pulley puller. So I'm going to upload this video for Sunday with all the progress I do make today. I removed this little thing back here as well. I don't really know what it is for sure. Maybe something to do with vacuum. Could be wrong there. And I've removed this piece as well. Something else to look out for. And I need a pulley puller to get the crankshaft pulley off because we don't want to damage it trying to hammer it off. And I already have it at top dead center like I want it. So something we're going to come back to. Well, all right, guys. We've gotten quite a bit done. I started I did just pull the distributor. I made some marks on they're supposed to be pretty much 12mm bolts. I removed the 1, 2, 3, 4 back there, 10mm bolts on the top of this. The rest are 12mm bolts, and down here I had some 10s. Once I get the crankshaft pulley off of the pulley puller, we're going to remove the last 2 10s, and then I think the last piece I have is the oil pump. So what we're going to do now is hop in this truck, and just to prepare, I don't have any of the timing chain stuff yet. It's going to be like a week before it comes in, but I'm going to go pick up the oil I need because I'm probably going to drain my oil. That way I don't have any issues. Might as well, even though I just did a fresh oil change. I have everything I could need in the back here right now. Well, I'm going to order a new water pump just because this one was an old used one. And I just have everything in bags. And right here, I made a diagram. I just drew out my timing chain cover, and I drew all the holes so I could say, this is a large bolt, that's a large bolt, those are the alternator bolts, large bolt. And then if they were smaller, right up here, there's a really long bolt. So just drew that out so I could remember where all the timing chain cover bolts go. That way, life is a little easier. So I recommend doing this with a pulley puller, getting the crankshaft pulley off. I got my pulley puller out and used a pry bar instead because I was having issues. So, came off pretty good. You know, to be careful, but we didn't break anything, so that's good. So all I have left is draining out the oil, I think, because I don't want any oil to drip out because this is our oil pump. And I think we just got 2 little bolts down here. And I think the timing chain cover can be busted off. Unfortunately, I'm only able to access one side of the underneath the truck because I only put 1 block of wood on this side. So I'm going to have to do my oil change from the driver's side, which is fine. But I'm going to drain out all the oil from the engine so then we can take off the oil pump. All right, guys, we've gotten the oil pump off. It is just 5 bolts. There's 4. They were either 10 or 12. I think they were 12 millimeter and 1 10 millimeter. And I think this is the last one we need to get the timing cover off. I think everything is behind it over there, so we don't have to mess with that. And I just noticed there's one little hose right there I got to peep off, and then we're going to pull this off very gently. All right, guys, all we got to do lastly is remove the 4 10 millimeter bolts that hold the oil pan to the timing chain cover, and now we can pop this thing off. All right, guys, we've done it. We've gotten the timing chain cover off. That is going to do it for today's video. Really fast before we go, you can see that timing chain guide is completely snapped. Right here, this is a broken guide. That is done. There's supposed to be another bolt here, completely missing. That's a little scary. Hopefully we can get another one to thread in there because this is our block. So hopefully the parts didn't go all throughout the engine. I'm actually going to drop the oil pan probably in another, in the next video and just get all the plastic out or anything else that could be there. But yeah, that would cause us some issues, all right. So again, thank you so much for checking out today's video. I'll be back in the next couple days, hopefully with some updates. It may be a week or so because I'm waiting for the, I think I got it from a company called Coils timing chain kit to come in and some new gaskets. So much love to you all. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in part 2. Also, giant shout out to Flip and Customize for powder coating the valve cover. I wanted to make a proper shout out video for him on installing that part. So we're going to make sure we give him another shout out once we get the valve cover on, and it'll look beautiful.